My name is Eduardo Soriano-Castillo. I am a field organizer for an organization called Jobs with Justice.
My name is Thomas Robinson, and my job, I'm a security officer for Allied Barton Security Services on the University of Pennsylvania. Personally, I'm a junior social work major at Temple University, and I'm also the chairman of the Power Campaign, Philadelphia Officers and Workers Rising.
Currently we're working on a security officer campaign, trying to figure out how to get some economic equity for about 16,000 security officers in the city of Philadelphia who are predominantly African American. So what's going on in Philadelphia is basically there's a company called Allied Barton Security Services. They currently employ approximately 16,000, like I said earlier, predominantly African American workers. They're earning poverty wages. They're facing unaffordable health care, serious lack of dignity and respect on the work site, lack of dependable work performance evaluations, which in essence result in officers going years and years and years without seeing pay raises.
I just know that the company, their standards are very subpar, and it goes beyond monetary benefits. I mean, we can talk about, the way people are paid per hour, health care, dental, vacation time. We can talk about those things all day long, but it also comes back to basic respect and dignity. And that's something that the company does not give its workers. We're all viewed as just a body. They don't care whether the person that is working at a particular site has been there for 6 years or 6 minutes. You're there. So whether you're fully trained on the job or not, they don't care. If they'll fire you in an instant for any kind of transgression. They'll create something to get rid of you.
We don't necessarily try to cut deals with the employers, the bosses, the people holding the money. Instead, what we do is we use public pressure to really make those changes necessary. So we do things like have rallies, street theaters, we flyer. We basically take action against these folks to, raise the public consciousness and put pressure on them, their prestigious names and the prestigious institutions to which they are tied. Thomas Robinson, he's a security guard that I met during the early stages of my involvement with the security officer campaign, which is called Power, Philadelphia Officers and Workers Rising. When I met Thomas Robinson, he was supporting SEIU, Service Employees International Union, in the organizing efforts for him and his fellow workers. So one of the things that particularly stood out to me about Thomas Robinson was the way in which he could articulate about the campaign from a security officer's perspective. He was able to really clearly convey what the issues are, not only on the work site but also as a frontline organizer, really being out there, putting himself out there and facing that retribution and coercion that the companies usually exert on their employees when they try to find their collective power and bargain for the improved benefits and wages that we talked about earlier.
I mean, just know, every day that I go into work, I have a bullseye on my back. It's not a secret that I'm involved in this campaign. I mean, my name is out there publicly, my face is out there publicly. But I know my rights as a worker, and I have the right to do this kind of work on my own time. I have the right to want to organize myself and my fellow co-workers.
Tell us where we're making that shit up about the company scaring workers into not wanting to unionize.
Yeah, he's not even a worker, he's scared.
Yeah, he's not even unemployed.
This campaign that we're involved in right now, it spans back more than 3 years ago. And Jobs with Justice, they've always been involved, but again, for the first 2 years, it was led by SEIU. Once they dropped the ball and decided that they were going to pull out of the Philadelphia market, Jobs with Justice was right there. To work with us hand in hand. Eduardo and Fabricio, I mean, they really have essentially laid their jobs on the line.
He really stood out to me as a leader, and he's also been an inspiration for me. I also come from a working class background, and so really seeing folks step up to the challenge and take that leadership position, shake off the fear and really continue to push forward on these folks that are marginalizing and using our people has been incredibly inspirational, and I lean on him a lot for support in the work that we're doing together.
The same way that Eduardo says he leans on me, I lean on him. Because like I said, I'm a social work major, so going into this, I already had some kind of idea about how I wanted to help people. But being involved in this campaign and working with Eduardo and working with Fabricio and Jobs with Justice has broadened my scope of what social justice is and how much we need social reform. You know, so I mean, I'm there for them, not just for the power campaign. You know, if it's an issue that they think is worthy of fighting for, I'm right there with them. You know, so I mean, they've opened my mind up to so many other things that, you know, I can't even begin to put into words how much working with Jobs for Justice and Eduardo and Fabricio directly have really helped me as a person. Development is great. Gentrification sucks.
Well, there's nothing wrong with redevelopment as long as the folks that used to live there for the past couple hundred years can stay there.
Yeah.
They're not forced out, you know?
Like Penn and Temple. We're good friends. I mean, sometimes we have our moments. I mean, this campaign sometimes leads us to bigger. We don't always see eye to eye about things, but at the end of the day, we both know that we're committed to something. You know, I mean, we may not always agree on how to get to a goal, but we know what that goal is. So yeah, I mean, we have a great working relationship, and we're building a friendship outside of that too.